Had a 9 workout. Let's switch it. Here you go. It's all the work. It's getting there, isn't it? Just been working hard, training. It's all coming now. It was just the fat that was hiding it all. Been training like a freak. I'm getting there. And you can do the same, so just go do it already. Plant-based vegan. Lost over 90 pounds, loads. Till next time, keep on keeping on, and just go do it already. A little bit more. Da, 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 da. Gosh. Just training daily. That's what it does. It gets you there quicker. Otherwise, you'll have to do this work at some stage. Might as well start doing it now. Boom! Today is obviously record day. I'm just getting a lot going on with the old recording. So, what's your thoughts? What's your attitude towards all that needs to be done towards fitness and health? I mean, there's been a lot I've covered this week, on and off, intermittently. And just making myself a cup of tea. Getting ready for my weigh-in. Just having my breakfast now. Stroke brunch. I'm going to be working, do some editing. But I just really wanted to try and get a handle of what your feelings are right now currently to do with how you're getting on for the year. I mean, you might have a whole load of stuff sorted out. You might have your finances, have your home, which would be awesome. Seriously, that would be awesome for us, me and wifey. But it's like, the thing that's scary is like stuff can be just taken away from you when it's to do with your health. Like the moment it can come, it's like some of the stories I hear where someone gets a diagnosis of something, and sometimes they're actually going to the gym. I was in the shower thinking, because this time last year I was getting prepared, I've really got a phobia against needles, a massive phobia. And I went to GP because I've become vegan and just got a whole lot of blood work done so I can measure what I was then. I think we've just been vegan just for, must have got it done in February, I don't know, February the 10th or something like that, or the 11th, or the 1st or something. I need to check. But it's coming up to that. I was thinking, oh God, I'm scared. Because I hate needles. I ended up having to have about 6 needles put into me. Not my bag at all. Try and get the lighting kind of as best as I can. What's going on? Just moving around. Yeah, so that wasn't nice. Thinking about it right now, I'm a bit prang about it. Not terrible, but closer to the date I am. My wife just cracks up at me. I'm just proper, not shaking, but proper just nervous of it all. I'm thinking, I'm wondering what my blood work's going to be like again. Because just because I'm going gym and because I'm training loads and everything else, doesn't mean everything's going to be perfect. I'm doing everything to make things as good as it can be, but unfortunately it's going to be an inevitable situation at some point, which is basically something's going to hit me at some stage, whether it's old age or ailments or sickness. But what I'm doing now, at the age of 45, just, is trying to counteract that as best as possible now, at the age of 45. I started off a weight of about, I've got it in the description anyway, but I was at 151.8 calories, I mean kilos, which I don't know how much that is in pounds. But basically, I started now. I started when I was 43 to do so. I'd started so many times beforehand, and it had all gone skew with. Start, stop, start, stop, start, stop. But now I'm way beyond where I've ever gone before. for at least definitely the past 20, 25 years. 20 years definitely. And it doesn't mean that everything's perfect. But what it does mean is I'm doing what it takes to do what needs to happen. And obviously, fingers crossed, and God willing, everything will be okay. And if it is, it's going to be, I know why it's going to be. It's going to be because I went gym, and I started exercising like a freak, and I started eating like a freak, and just cut down everything, dealt with all the caloric intake I was taking and everything else. And then after that, I went to a next level, and just become vegan after finding out all what I'd found out and everything else. As you'll begin to see through my series with Dr. Michael Greger, with Food for Thought. There needs to be change before you're forced into a change. Okay? There needs to be some form of change or something that you're going to do. Because you're going to either have to do it now, out of your own kind of desire, or you're going to have to do it later on when you're told to. And so often people, when they're told to, can't do it. It's just too much. It's just too much. They've just fought it and resisted it for so long that they can't do what needs to be done. They can't do what needs to be actually implemented. And then it's just too late all round, and then it's just a slippery slope down like this. Many of you guys are younger than me, a lot younger than me, a lot younger than me. In a better situation, better circumstances. And you just got to think, am I just being lazy? Am I just being too dependent in my old ways? Am I just being too laid back? Am I not taking this serious? Or I am taking it serious and I'm scared, but I just can't, and that means you just won't. If you're able to physically get up and walk, if you're able to cognitively think, I shouldn't eat this, I need to control myself, I need to stop. And I'm talking to you, I still suffer with these things, and I suffered with it massively. I would probably the amount of calories I used to probably have before was probably about 4,000 to 5,000 calories a day sometimes. I was missing it in action with the food that I was eating. The amount of meat, I've heard people talk about the paleo diet, about you can only eat so much amount of meat. I used to eat turkey, and the amount of turkey I used to eat, and I was eating it to be healthy, and I used to consume. I'm on about, I could eat a whole turkey, I could eat a whole massive turkey within 2 days or something. Not a massive, like a normal sized turkey. That's for a family of say 4 or 5. That's supposed to be. I can't even. It's hard to explain. But then the massive. I used to, seriously, I can't even explain. I used to devour. I was thinking about it in the shower. The amount of meat, like turkey, and I was eating clean meat and turkey meat, but it's just like the amount I used to have, and I used to salivate, and I used to gorge in it. I used to have to try and hold myself back and stop myself from eating it. The only thing that would stop me from eating it is just money to have to go and buy more and more and more, because I would just eat loads. I used to eat it until I was packed, until I felt like throwing up. Okay, and this is the God's honest truth. I haven't even spoke about these things yet. Until I felt like throwing up, and I would stop. I would leave it for about half an hour, 45 minutes to an hour, get up, go into the kitchen and start picking at it again, and then later on have more and more throughout the night. It's just, I loved it. You know, like how I go on about my lentil soup? That's how I was with turkey. I'd have turkey, sometimes I'd have some, it's like I was eating I thought I was eating healthy. I was just overindulging in it. I just kept eating it. I used to just devour it. I loved it. Look at the way I'm talking. I'm not thinking about it. I'm trying to impress upon you how bad it was. In case you're this, John, you don't understand. I was gone. I was gone on something that's so called healthy and so called you can get full up on it and everything. I wasn't getting full up on it. I could eat and eat until I felt full up and sick. Calm down, wait for an hour, hour and a half, eat and eat with ease. With ease. I used to have to stop myself from eating it. And that was me at 30 something pounds. That's how I was with that. I used to eat fish. I could eat loads of that fish. My wife used to cook it. I used to love it. Mwah. I'd have 3 or 4 headaches. I could have 2 more if I wanted 2 more. on a plate for dinner with veg and everything else. There's a lot of stuff. I could kill it, I could destroy it, I could devour it. And this is when I'm trying to eat healthy, just before I become vegan and everything else. And like I said, it got to a point where I was looking at my weight and it wasn't going down. Because I was eating too much. I was eating, whether you're eating the right stuff or whatever, if you're eating too much, you're effed. I had an eating disorder. It's called pig. It's called pigging out. It's called I can't stop. It's amazing. If like there's a disorder that we've got some kind of like, if we're violent, we acknowledge that. If we've got sexual kind of issues, people acknowledge that. You get me? If you're a shoplifter, kind of, but to do with food, it's weird. It's like you either acknowledge it and then you almost use it as a crutch, or you don't acknowledge it and you just leave it blind and you just carry on. And all of us know we've got a problem. All of us know. If you've got a problem, do something about it. Now. Start now. Stop. Oh, what I'm going to do is just, I'm on about drastic. If you've got a drastic eating problem, deal with it drastically. If you've got a drastic being lazy problem, deal with it drastically. These are two things that you're able to work on and it's consistent. And these are two things that you get dividend from, because you're either going to get paid by not dealing with it every single day, as in it will work itself on your body, or as you work on it every single day, you'll be working it off your body bit by bit. Unfortunately, it takes longer for it to come off than what it does to put on. So I just thought I'd put that in your head. That's why I keep telling you, keep on keeping on. Just keep going. Just go do it already. Because the longer you take, the longer it's going to take to get the stuff off you. Trust me. Trust me. Food for thought. Think, act, move, and mobilize yourself. Until next time, keep on keeping on.